Hey guys, happy Monday. So this is a video I'm really mad I have to make because something really bad happened. It's been a really long week, so much stuff has been happening, and I vlogged all of it because it was so crazy. And Saturday night we were out, we were out all day Saturday. Saturday night, came home, was like, okay, I have to edit these videos. I'm slacking on video every day of April. I was so mad that I've been slacking, but life kept getting in the way, and you know, having 3 kids, it happens really easily that just time gets away from you. So I sat down Saturday night, I started editing a video, and I don't think I've mentioned this before, but one of the programs I use to edit is Adobe Premiere Pro, and I love the program. It's super easy to use once you figure it out. It's hard at first, but once you figure out how to use it, it is super easy, really quick, and I just really like the program. But it is notorious for crashing on me and not responding, and I learned the hard way that the autosave feature on the program doesn't work. So it's more of a guideline that, hey, you have to save now. And I'm really good with doing that. At first, I wasn't. At first, I was terrible with saving on time. And after losing probably about 3 or 4 videos that I spent, you know, an hour, 2 hours editing, I learned, and I was like, okay, now I gotta save. So I'm really getting out of it with saving like every 5 minutes and everything. And Saturday night, I was editing a video. I was almost done editing the video, and Adobe Premiere Pro crashed again. It's like, okay, fine. I force quit it, restarted the program, went to go upload my videos to Premiere Pro. Everything was gone. And I was like, that's not right. So basically what I do is, at the end of the day, when I've made a video that day, I'll upload all the raw footage to my computer, and then I clear out the memory card. I have to stop doing that because I lost everything. I lost everything that I've worked on for the past month. I lost all my music, I lost my intro and my outro, I lost all the footage, the pictures, videos that I had made but hadn't edited yet. It's all gone. It's history. I have tried 5 or 6 data recovery programs. I didn't care if I had to pay to get my stuff back, but in this whole process, I've learned a lot. And since my MacBook Pro has a solid state drive instead of just your regular hard drive, apparently solid state drives, when they're wiped, they are wiped. And I'm not even fully sure what happened. I'm pretty sure it was something to do with my iCloud, which I will not be using again. Not sure the specifics of what happened. All I know is everything is gone. So there's a couple of videos that I had made that hadn't taken off the memory card yet. So I've got a couple of videos done that I just have to go edit, but I wanted to get this one up to let you guys know why there hasn't been a video lately. And I am so incredibly sorry, and I feel so bad, but things have been a disaster. So I'll give you a rundown of last week since now there's no videos for it. Monday, Nova had a doctor's appointment because Arthas and Nova both started getting the runny nose and they're messing with the ears again. Nova has an ear infection again. It's the same one, same ear, so they put her on new antibiotics, and she has her 18-month checkup this coming Friday. So I'm really hoping the ear infection is gone, and it's gone for good this time, because we were told that if she gets another one, she's going to be recommended for ear tubes, and I just don't want to do tubes again. Arthas has had tubes, and I'm going to get to that part in a minute. But, you know, for the most part, she's fine. It's just she's got an ear infection. They still got like runny noses and everything. And I think a lot of it has to do with the weather, and it's allergy season, and the weather's been up and down so much. It is currently about 35 degrees out, and yesterday it was about 75 degrees out. So the up and down has been so hard on everybody, and every time we think spring or summer is coming, it's suddenly winter again, and this is getting ridiculous. So that was for Nova. And then I also had Arthas checked out because he had the exact same symptoms, and they looked in his ears and they noticed that, well, a couple weeks ago they had doctor's appointments for the exact same symptoms, and when they checked his ears, he has ear tubes, and they noticed that one tube, I think on this side, the tube has come out of the eardrum, but it basically got impacted with earwax, and it was still partially in the eardrum, and so it couldn't come out, but it was just basically not able to drain, so all the fluid was chilling out right in his ears, and that was obviously causing pain and pressure and infection. So the regular pediatrician couldn't do anything about that. So she was like, you guys need to get him into the ENT. We got to get this tube out. If you can't get him to the ENT this week, you know, we'll just give him some antibiotics to at least not have the infection get worse and risk, you know, hearing loss or any sort of more issues or pain or a burst eardrum or anything. So when we left there, the first thing I did was call the ENT, and I was just like, hey, you know, this is happening with his ear tubes. We got to get it taken out. When can you get me in? And of course she was like, well, we can get you in the next 30 minutes, but that didn't work out with the time for the bus and everything, so I couldn't do that day. So we ended up going to Atlanta. We're about an hour south of Atlanta. Well, we're about 20 minutes south of Atlanta, but where we needed to go in Atlanta was north of Atlanta, so we had to go about an hour north. And she was like, you know, we can get you in at 8:15 in the morning. Like, okay, cool. Except Atlanta rush hour, Ben has to be at work and Ivy has to be at school. So Tuesday morning, I had everyone up, everybody was out the door on time, and basically once we got everyone to work and school, I just hightailed it on the highway, and we made it on time to Atlanta. So we get to Atlanta, and we were one of the first appointments, so we were seen almost immediately, which was wonderful. And he looked in his ears and everything, and it was like, yep, this tube needs to come out. So he took him into an exam room and laid him down and used like a microscope to look into his ear and just popped the tube right out. And he cried for like a minute, and he cleaned up all the earwax that was in his ears and everything, and that was it. He was fine. He checked the other tube, and they said, you know, this tube is working its way out. It's going to be out soon. We're going to give it a couple months and see if it can come out on its own. If not, you know, he'll just go in and he'll take that tube out too. But since the other tube is still like, it's in the ear, it's still in his eardrum, that the doctor wasn't comfortable removing it in the office. He wants to go to the hospital to remove it from the eardrum. So we're not doing that quite yet. I'm really hoping it goes the way and just falls out completely on its own, so it doesn't need any medical intervention. As of right now, he is not going to get more tubes put in. We're going to see how he does for probably about 6 months without ear tubes, because before he got the ear tubes, he was getting an ear infection at least twice a month, and he had built up a resilience to amoxicillin, penicillin, all the antibiotics. So he was having to get a Rosefid injection, which is an antibiotic injection, and those, they had to put it into the thigh, and those hurt, and he did not do well with it. And so we're really hoping the ear infections stay away. He's only had 2 ear infections since getting the tubes in, so we've been incredibly fortunate there. So I'm really hoping that it stays that way and Nova stops getting infections and their ears are just good now. So that's what happened on Tuesday. And Wednesday morning, we thought Nova had her 18-month checkup. But on Monday, since we were at the doctor, they obviously, for ear infections and any kind of infections, they will do a follow-up. Well, the doctor that we saw said, let's do a follow-up at her 18-month checkup on her ears too. But that was 2 days later. So when I talked to the lady at the front office, she said, no, that's not enough time. Let's do it next Friday. So I was like, okay, that's fine for me. but I did not realize that she was rescheduling her 18-month checkup and putting her ear checkup in the same day. So I thought she still had her 18-month appointment on Wednesday. So we showed up to the doctor's office on Wednesday morning and they were like, she doesn't have an appointment today. Everything's next week because we can't give shots if she's on antibiotics, which I didn't know since none of my kids have been on antibiotics for shot time. I heard a crash and apparently my 3-year-old has decided he needs to brush his teeth with Daddy's toothbrush right now. Lovely. So she didn't have her doctor's appointment on Wednesday morning. So, okay. We go home and, you know, she takes a nap. She has been so cranky and of course not feeling good on top of being cranky lately. Putting her in a car seat has been a nightmare to the point where she screams so much that she makes herself throw up. So that's been exciting. And so she threw up twice Wednesday morning because she didn't want to be in the car seat. And then Wednesday, I took Ivy out of school because I was gonna get her eyes checked because when she fell a couple weeks ago, she broke her glasses and we hadn't had a chance to replace them because the way our insurance works, they only accept certain insurances on certain days, I guess just to make it less busy or crazy or something. And so we went to go try and get her glasses that day. And they told us that they couldn't do it until Thursday or Friday or something. So I was just like, okay, we won't do that then. I could have kept you in school until at least noon. So went home, just got some stuff done around the house. And then around 12, we went to the kids' dentist appointments. They needed just a regular cleaning and everything. So I was really nervous about them going to the dentist. Ivy's fine. I mean, she's 11, so she's not anything out of the ordinary. She's used to it and stuff. But Arthas is 3.5. He's been to the dentist a few times, but never been okay with the dentist. It's really hard to get him to sit still, to cooperate. You know, he doesn't like people in his mouth. He likes brushing his own teeth and everything. He's just now getting to a point where I can get him to sit down and listen and be quiet and stuff long enough to brush his teeth and actually get a decent job done. Before it was kind of like you have to hold him down to brush his teeth. So I was hoping it'd be better because he's starting to be a little more flexible with how you take care of him, but he's also starting to become a lot more independent, which has been slightly more struggling. But I explained to him we were going to the dentist and, you know, he had to show off his smile and everything, and he was perfect. He was so good at the doctor's office on Tuesday and he was so good at the dentist office on Wednesday. He sat still. The dentist asked him to open his mouth. He opened his mouth. They were able to clean his teeth properly. He let her use all the machines on his teeth to scrub them and everything. I was so proud. I was so happy that he was like, he listened, and I realized that my son is growing up. And it's just like, it kind of just reaffirms that he is ready for school and he is ready to go into the next step of his life, which is kind of bittersweet. Like, I'm really happy that he's ready for this, but I also still imagine him being, you know, the little 6-pound baby. So that made me really happy. And neither of them had cavities. Friday, I did literally nothing. I was supposed to go grocery shopping, but from the other days of the week, I was exhausted and I was worn out. And so I didn't even bother going grocery shopping on Friday. Ivy's mom and stepdad came and got her Friday. They are actually moving across the country next week. And Ivy's still gonna be living here. She's just gonna be traveling over there for breaks and everything. But they're moving across the country for work. And so she's spending as much time over there as possible right now. And then Saturday we went car shopping and didn't find anything we needed or wanted. So we still don't have a new car, and my car is a piece of crap. So I'm hoping we can find something that's ideal and in our price range in the next couple weeks, because this is getting ridiculous. And Sunday did nothing. I spent the day trying to figure out what I was gonna do about this. So here I am now. It's Monday morning and I am making this video of apology and explanations as to what has been happening and where I have been. The last video you guys saw was Easter, which I am so grateful I didn't lose my Easter footage, because I think I would have been even more devastated than I am right now, because Easter was so just awesome. So that's where we're at now. I'm going to be making some probably random or sit down videos until I have caught up everything else. I'm going to be working on a new video, so that's why there's not an intro in this video, because I gotta go make another intro. I'm going to try and make a significantly better intro, and I don't know yet. I haven't got a plan yet. I'm working on it. But this is my apology, this is my explanation, and I'm going to get caught up. I'm going to complete a video every day in April, even though it's going to go into May now. It's just gonna be a bonus for you guys. So I'm sorry. Thank you, whoever is watching this. I truly appreciate it. You guys are amazing, and I love every thumbs up, every subscriber, every comment. It's all just so appreciated and wonderful. So I'm gonna wrap this up and I'm gonna start working on my new intro and getting everything else caught up. I am doing a lot with my hands right now. So I do have a couple of videos that I didn't lose on memory cards, so I will be getting those up. I currently have one napping and one is just being wild right now. So I gotta take care of that first, obviously, but then I'm gonna get more editing done and I'm gonna get caught up, and you guys will see a lot more of me coming up soon. Thank you, and I will see you guys tomorrow.